Good afternoon. I want to start a little off topic. Sad day. I want to start with this. Thoughts and prayers go out to my good friend Blake Anderson, passing of his wife early this morning. Sad day, and thinking about Blake and his three kids. And she fought hard, fought a valiant fight, beat breast cancer once, but it wasn't to be. And so thinking about him, been thinking about him, their whole family for a while now, and just want to start with that. Total different topic. Austin Kendall won our starting quarterback job. Tracked everything from spring practice through fall camp. Decision making, completion percentage, number of turnovers, scoring drives. Again, that's in every spring practice all the way through fall camp. And it was clear after Friday night scrimmage in the stadium that he earned it. Jack Allison did a good job. I believe in him. I think that's important for everybody to know. I do believe in him. Trey Lowe is a guy that has prepared well and continues to improve and could potentially see some game action. And then Jarrett Dagey was approved. His waiver was approved on Friday. That doesn't really change our plan for him. Plan for him as of today is to redshirt. He's coming off off-season surgery. He's been a little bit behind. I think that's the right decision for him. Obviously, that's as we start the season. We've had really two major evaluations since the last time that we spoke. We had a scrimmage on Friday night that we tried to make as game-like as possible. Under the lights, I thought some key guys that stood out. I'll start with defense. I think Dante Stills had a nice night in the stadium. Sean Mahone had his best practice that he's had since we've been here as a staff. Nick Troy Fortune is a true freshman at corner that has made some serious moves and is challenging to be a starter at that position. Devin Wade had a pick six. A guy that's kind of been around, kind of waited his turn. And he's taking advantage of an opportunity. He had a pick six, and then Reuben Jones showed up and was really active. Offensively, Mike Brown at our left guard position continues to perform well in game action. Colton McKivitz has been our best player thus far in camp. And then Austin Kendall and Kennedy McCoy. I thought Austin had his best day since he's been here, and then Kennedy McCoy looked like the player that I believe he can be, and that's one of the top running backs in our league. And then Sam James had a couple big plays, which were all positives. And then today we had basically a goal line, short yardage, a lot of work in the red zone, and then we did what we call a kick scrimmage. So we did a lot of live special teams work, kickoff return, punt return, put Evan in some different situations to kick. And I thought there were some standouts in that. I thought Petaway in the short yardage goal line period was really impressive, probably the best I've seen him. I thought the guys on the offensive line, I thought Sills and Mike Brown had good periods in the short yardage goal line. I thought defensively Dante Stills, again, second time in as many evaluations, really had created some negative plays. And then in the special teams segment, I like where Evan Staley's at. I think I told you this last time we talked. It was important that we added Josh as a punter, but maybe is equally as important is adding him as a holder. A guy that started 3 years at LSU as a holder. He'll be our starting holder when we open up next week. That probably won't get as much press as my first announcement, but he will be our starting holder. And so fall camp ends today. We'll have an off day tomorrow. We've got a lot of work done. I was not pleased with our Monday's practice. I thought we bounced back and did some better things today. They earned the right. We've got a big concert. I can tell by looking at this crowd, this is a Gucci Mane fan club here. So tell there's a lot of, y'all probably want to get out of here early and go to that concert too. So I know you're looking, Chuck's looking at his watch. He wants to go. So we'll finish up fall camp officially this afternoon with a walkthrough. As a staff, we'll start preparing for JMU. Of course, we did a lot of it this summer, but we'll start preparing for JMU tomorrow, and then we'll have our first JMU practice on Thursday. Go Thursday, Friday, have a mock game on Saturday. Other thing I want to note before I open up for questions, we had Monday Night Lights last night for all our freshman students. Tremendous crowd, a lot of energy. Then we had our Greek leadership at practice today, and the students are going to play such a vital role for us. We want to create the best home field advantage in college football, and to do that, I think the students are the igniters. And so I encourage our students. We'll be on campus quite a bit over the next week and a half, and I encourage our students to show up and stay and be loud and support our guys, and our guys need to do a good job supporting their fellow students on campus as well. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
So Neal, the quarterback depth chart is sort of locked in. What about the rest of it? Do you think you have it all locked in, or there's still positions to be won?
No, I think coming out of today, tomorrow will be a big evaluation day. We did a lot of special teams. A lot of those 2 spots on the depth chart are determined by special teams. If you got a chance to be a factor on special teams, then you're going to be more likely to travel, okay, and do those type of things than the guy that's not playing special teams. So we want to get our final look at some full speed action on special teams today, and I think after tomorrow we'll have a really good understanding. I think we had either practice 15 or 16s running together in my mind, but I try to give the incoming freshmen and transfers and newcomers the same opportunity that the guys in the spring had. And so we've got to that point. School starts tomorrow, and it's time to kind of figure out who we're going to play and let them know so we can start getting our game plans in check.
Did you see the jump between scrimmage 1 and scrimmage 2 that you were hoping for?
Yeah, offensively for sure we did. Defensively, we held some guys out. Nothing serious, but we held some guys out that were questionable. If it was a real game, they probably would have played. If a practice, they probably would have been limited, and so we kept them out of the full contact setting. But I thought I saw some jumps from some guys that are key. If you think about it on defense, we're young in the secondary. There's going to be upwards of 4, maybe 5 true freshmen playing in the secondary. And so I thought of Nick Troy Fortune, I thought of Tyke Smith, a Kerry Martin. Those guys made some key movements from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2. And then offensively, it was really Kendall McCoy that made huge jumps from week 1 to week 2. And then Mike Brown and Sam James, guys that haven't had to perform under pressure, it was key that they continue to do well. George Campbell is a guy that has shown up consistently too, and I think he's made a lot of improvement offensively. He's been steady special teams-wise, but I thought he made a big jump between Saturday to Friday scrimmage.
Still more shuffling on the offensive line, or are you coming close to it?
I think we're coming close. I think we still got a good idea who 4 of them are. We're kind of figuring out who the 5th is going to be, and that may be a deal that continues to rotate. It's we feel good about those guys. I think y'all have talked about it. Seals has been playing a little center. We're still moving him around a little bit. But he and McKivitz and Mike Brown have done a really good job. I think Kelby's one of our most improved players, and we've got multiple guys that are competing for that spot. Blaine Scott's a guy that had a good last scrimmage as well. Probably should have included him.
Neal, when you keep singling out Brown, that's not a receiver or a cornerback, and I don't see that jumping off tape necessarily, but he keeps getting that type of
He does,
referencing.
and he has great skill set. Like he has the potential. He's big, he's strong, he moves laterally well, has good balance. And part of the reason, probably, Mike, that I talk about it's because it's really kind of an incredible story for me. Somebody didn't play high school football and from Compton, California, and he ends up in Morgantown, West Virginia, and all of a sudden he's going to start and play Big 12 football. And so him having the ability to keep improving and showing that he belongs is it's been impressive for me.
A couple weeks ago, I think Sean and Reagan mentioned that the thing holding back Austin was just if he sees something, trigger it. Has that decision making?
Yeah, I think it's definitely improved. It gets talked about a lot. He just hadn't played a lot of football. I mean, honestly, it's of all the quarterbacks, Daggy has the most experience in being a 2-year starter at Bowling Green, but these guys just haven't played a whole lot, and so they need reps. We've purposely designed practice where our quarterbacks can get a ton of live reps. We talked about two-spotting and trying to get as many reps we possibly can for those quarterbacks in live situations. And Austin just hadn't had the opportunity to do that. Now, there's been a lot of positives at his situation at Oklahoma and being around winning and seeing high quality or high really highly productive offensive play, but he just hadn't got a lot of live reps. So I think at quarterback, it's harder to simulate, in non-live segments. It's easier at receiver, at DB, some of those things. It's hard at quarterback. You need some bullets flying at you. And so as the more reps he's gotten, he's improved.
The two spotting, is that something you've done every year, or is it because of the unique?
We did it a little bit. No, it's something we've done all the time. I mean, we do it, I think we've talked about this before, is we've done it from an efficiency standpoint to kind of lower our time outside and still get the same amount of reps. We've probably done it longer during this fall camp, just for the reason is we're trying to get 4 quarterbacks reps.
Is there any plan to give another quarterback some reps in the opener?
Potentially. Yeah, potentially. Not going to talk about it, but maybe.
Along those lines, how do you break down now the reps between your 1s and your 2s? How much do your 2s get you devote now that you're prepping for James Madison?
Yeah, it's really about the people that are going to play. So a lot of the 2s will get as much run as the 1s. If you're talking about a receiver, and just because we rotate those guys pretty freely, and 3, 4 running backs are gonna factor in. So we roll them in and out. Not once we get into season, not too much differently than we do during camp or in a spring setting. The quarter, it's a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little bit more. Quarterbacks reps are a little bit different. You go from rotating a whole second unit offensive line is basically you have some rotators on each side of the ball. That's kind of how we've worked.
How did Kendall handle all that was going on around him? I mean, he transfers from Oklahoma, he comes here, and all of a sudden another transfer comes in.
Yeah.
He's not named the starting quarterback. And then is. How has he handled all that through all this?
Yeah, I think he's done a nice job. He's mature. You got to remember he's went through this song and dance before. They had a competition. I've never even asked him how the competition went last year. I don't believe Lincoln named a starter till about the same time last year. So he's gone through that. He's gone through the whole transfer piece with Jalen coming to Oklahoma. So he's dealt with that. And again, he's mature. He's an older kid. He's already graduated from college. I think he's handled it well. He's gone about his business. The thing I think he's probably done as well as could have been imagined is earning the respect of his team. And that's something that I think he's handled extremely well. He came in, didn't say a whole lot, went to work, let his work ethic and his level of preparation show, how important it was to him. He's done a good job of interacting with all aspects of our football team. So I think he's done a really good job.
You mentioned Kennedy as one of the guys who kind of stood out recently. What is it about his game that you like, and where have you seen him improve maybe since camp started?
Yeah, he's gotten stronger, over the last, 6-7 months, just from his weight's gotten up. He's a guy that he gets vertical really well, and I know that for some of you, what's that mean? Well, he's a one-stick guy. He can get his shoulders going north and south extremely quick. He's patient. He has very few negative runs. Catches the ball out of the backfield. He's got a toughness about him that I like. Like yesterday we did a couple blitz pickup periods in practice, and he stuck his nose right in there. He has courage, and I think if he can stay healthy, he's sitting on a big year. And he's played at a high level in this conference before. I think his confidence is higher than it ever has been. So. When you get into coaching, you can sense when guys are sitting on big years, and I'm hopeful and I believe that he's sitting on a big year.
Neal, anything on Sean Ryan's waiver request?
Nah, we're waiting. Yeah, we're waiting. Hopefully we'll find out. It's getting kind of close. So we're going. How we're handling that is we're preparing him to play, and we're hopeful that he gets the waiver. If it doesn't, there's nothing we can do about it. I think he has a strong case. I will say that. I think he has an extremely strong case.
Last time we saw you practice, still only one tight end. That was a full go.
So we're back. Yeah, we're back. Banks is back, full go. We hope Giovanni Haskins at the end of this week will be back practicing full go. He has not practiced full go so far in fall camp, but we're hopeful he'll practice at the end of the week. O'Laughlin is a guy that continues to do well. It's a big transition. Last time he played real football, he weighed 190-something pounds. So that was the first day of fall camp last year. and so now he's up. No, I'd say that he's about 220, I guess. But first time he played full tackle football was his senior in high school, and he weighed about 190 pounds. Now he's upwards of 250 plus.
Hey, Neal, what happens when you name a starting quarterback? What happens to that guy, and what happens to the people around him when it's no
You
longer
handle
cloudy?
it. I think it's how you handle it. You know, and that's why I always say that Austin won the job. I'm not sure any other guys lost it. He won the job by outperforming. That doesn't really change the way I feel about the other guys. I think Jack Allison's been as good a teammate as anybody we've had in our program over the last 9 months. I believe in him. I think he's got skills that they can be in our league and be productive. I think Trey Lowe, I'm pleased with his progress, especially over the summer and into fall camp. And I think Jarrett Dagy's got a ton of potential. Jarrett really never factored in, just because I think for him long term it's better for him to redshirt. And he had, like I said, he had some surgery this summer that slowed him down a little bit. But that's how I think it's how you handle it. You know, we'll continue to keep them all active, engaged, and get them ready to go if need be.
I guess what I was getting at is, does it bring things together when they know, like, all right, that's our
Well, I
guy
think
right there?
there's always I think there's a calming knowing, even if you don't like the outcome, at least you know.
On that same note, Coach, what was Austin's reaction when you told him he won the starting job?
Yeah, he's pleased. Again, one of his best attributes is he stays calm. You know, he's kind of been calm, collected. I think he's felt that as camp's gone through, he feels himself getting more comfortable and playing at a higher level. He understands it's just beginning. You know, he won the starting quarterback job, but he hadn't won a game yet. And so you kind of check one box and move on to the next.
The relationship kind of goes way back, but you never coached him for this length of time. What did you learn in the 6 months or 7 months since Austin got here that maybe you didn't know about?
Yeah, I think the one thing, Alan, is he's really competitive. I think you can coach him hard, and he takes it. And he doesn't take it personal. And he takes ownership of his mistakes, which I think is very, very important. I think he's gone about entering a difficult situation and really won the respect of his teammates. You know, so he's been impressive since he's been here. You know, he's done what he's supposed to do and done everything to the best of ability. Now he's going to go out and prepare like a starting quarterback, and he's got to put us in position to win games.
Neal, you've commented that your cornerbacks have played well. You know, yet every time you get up there, Sam James, you say, has made 2 or 3.
I said they played better in the spring.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
We weren't very good at wideout in the spring. We're a little better at wideout now, so and I think Keith has been in and out of the lineup. Keith Washington, during nothing serious, but he's been in and out a little bit. Akeem Bailey continues to play well. And then we're pressing Nick Troy, Fortune, and Tay Mayo into action. You know, and Nick Troy's probably a little further ahead than Tay, but I like Tay Mayo. I like how he competes. There's going to probably be a little baptism by fire playing in this league as a true freshman. But, hey, that's where we're at.
Do you see this defense having to rely on the defensive line and pressure to protect your inexperienced back there?
I think it's till you play, you don't really know. You know, so we got experience at corner, but we're going to have to play these freshmen. We lack experience at safety. I think that we'll do a good job schematically, putting them in a good position to be successful. I think we need to win our fair share of one-on-ones, and we need to try to create one-on-ones with our defensive line and our linebackers. And we've proven able to do that. Vic's proven able to do that in the past, and we're going to need to do that again.
You mentioned you're going to start JMU preparation. Obviously, this will be your first home game here. Is there anything you're doing to prepare yourself, or is it just another game?
No, it's the first game. It's important. Once we get into the season, there'll be a lot of newness in this first game. We're going to try to. That's why we're having this mock game on Saturday. We're trying to iron out all the kinks. We've scrimmaged and practiced in the stadium multiple times, to just kind of get a feel from people. Don't think about it, but you got to have a plan for headsets. You got to have a plan for recruiting. You got to have a plan for getting the team on and off, and all those type of things. So, no, we're excited about it. You know, we need these practices leading up to it, but at some point we got to line up and play and find out where we're at.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thanks. See you.